Okay, 4005 games. I should have a lot actually. I should have a lot of those because it's a really good tank. Now this matchmaking I think is kind of rigged, seeing how many marks we have on our side, and how they do not have any marks at all, and someone that levels their tank only to level 3, which basically proves they are new and they're wasting their credits. Most people, right? Most people who are like pro or whatever have too many credits to know where to spend. They have plates for so long that their tanks they can level automatically to level 40 or 50, right? For level 3, for anything below level 40, I assume you are a noob who is just wasting his credits on something he should not be spending credits on. So yeah. This is one of the better maps, in my opinion, for tank destroyers and heavy tanks. Mediums and lights are a bit more dependent on spotting up the beat. So if you don't have gun suppression, like say you're in the WZ-132 or the LT-100, you're a bit screwed. I'm pulling forward immediately when I see that all the enemy teams are on the side.
Enemy is hit. Enemy is hit.
Get 2 shots off easily, as long as you're not being the target of focus, right? You need to stay hidden. Let your team spot them up, just blast away. Of course, you need to hit your shots in 10. Now, if you can do that, just let your team take the shots, spot enemies up, and you're good. Only bad thing about this tank is the APCR, which does give you really good projectile speed for your shell speed, but it's bad when you hit spaced armor or at a distance, or especially for things like tracks. When you hit tracks, there's a high chance of you not doing damage. I wanted to HE the T95E6. And look at that HE shots. This tank has really good HE rolls. They should definitely fire it. That's a shame that missed. Yeah, you should definitely fire HE when you can, because this thing has good HE rolls. I think it rolls like maybe anywhere from 700 to 1,100. Crazy good HE rolls. So do take advantage of that. Though I think I have a problem with the APCR of this thing. I seem to be always low rolling in this thing. Can't tell, I'm not sure, but it seems like I'm always low. Yeah, and this tank does have troll bounces sometimes. I think specifically on the gun. The gun seems to be pretty weird. So you do want to make sure you are aiming or something. You don't want to be bouncing your shots off the 4005. Yeah, I'm turning around 88 to 90% on this thing. Close to Mark 3, I guess, but yeah, not really Mark 3 this. We are still team dependent. Not as much as like the light tank, because you can hide in the back, but if everyone is hiding in the back, which actually does happen sometimes, then you are basically losing. Because they'll spot all of you up at the same time, and then they'll see you, right, with their paper armor, low HP, and low mobility, at least when you're pulling back. They'll just blast you to heaven. So, first 4005 game. Still, it's generally a good map for tank destroyers. no matter which side you spawn on. It's a worse map for medium supplies in my opinion, but it's not the worst.
Let's go!
The only bad thing about this tank, I'll hold it back, is like the gun elevation. You don't usually see this come into play or talked about, but the gun elevation on this thing is a bit annoying.
Enemy is hit!
Yeah, that was a terribly low. So my second shell hit and didn't roll like that. Holy. I think 450 is about the lowest the heat shells on this thing can roll, so yeah, I basically minimum rolled it. So there's no way this thing's heat shells roll lower than 450. That would be crazy. It would be insane. I'm not sure. I think I might actually lose this game.
We didn't penetrate their armor!
Bullshit bounce. I shot HE to see if it would splash instead of just reloading. Because the good thing about this tank is you can bring a lot of shells, right? See, I brought 20 HE shells. I still had like 48 APCR and almost 30 heat. This is the stupid part because our okay, well, we don't have a beam, I guess, but yeah, there was no one on the hill,
Punched right through their armor!
which is terrible. Which was a terrible decision. There should have been a heavy there. Now that's a high roll.
Enemy armor
I love to
is
see
damaged!
those. Good to see people focus firing as well. And not letting the Yak live off of 1 HP like the 60 TP. Because our which heavy tank is there? Our idiot IS-4 is going to let the 60 TP farm kill him for free basically. Because he's staring at the other side. Instead of spotting and clearing the 60 TP. So yeah, the IS-4 will just get picked off. Like right about now, basically. I agree. I just want to go and pick off the 60 TP, which should just die to a single HE splash.
Enemy armor is damaged!
Sash didn't high roll. But yeah, I fired a second shell, HE shell at the XMF 66, but I didn't get it. Shame. I see they're pushing, so I changed my mind, and I want to pull back and defend my team here, where 60 TP cannot farm us from. So if he wants to, you know, he'll just have to come to us. Good thing our 60 TP had. That wasn't a easy shot.
We got 'em!
2v4. 60 TP, 1 HP. 1 shot. IS-7. 1 shot. Trying to see if the 60 TP pushed up.
We destroyed the turret controls. Enemy is hit. The turret ring is damaged. We can barely turn it.
And I think I lose you.
Now, this vehicle is hit.
It's basically 5k damage. Okay, yeah, so my second shot on the FV4005 must have been. But yeah, when you have teammates like this, yeah, good luck. Good luck. Canyon again.
Time to roll out.
Okay, yeah. Almost had a dish of view there with the E5, but yeah, an E5, not the
Enemy is hit.
E5, not the 215B.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
I don't know why he's shooting HE. Maybe he can't pen the 116. Should be fair. It does have some crazy armor as well as very good armor profile.
Nice shot.
Just wanted to see if they would back up.
We hit them hard.
Now I'm turning around because we're 4v6, 5, 3v5, and I don't want to get flanked.
Nice shot.
Trying to see if I could fire an HE, but there were things in the way, and that was just a very unfortunate miss. Oh shit! I think I lost this game as well. Damn. But I think I did decent.
We finished him off. Enemy vehicle knocked out.
Good thing that 405 did not have small liner. This is why you bring small liner. And if you don't have small liner, don't peek. Well, at least don't peek the big guns. yeah, definitely lost this one, which is unfortunate. Could have actually won this if I played correctly.
Our track is hit. Enemy destroyed. We're done for. Get out.
Shame I couldn't get my second shot off. And yeah, I think this one might go on the Hall of Fame or Wall of Shame, whichever one you want to pick. This was even worse than the 6K game I did in the WZ113, because this one was higher. This one was 6.3K damage, and with 5 kills, right? The entire rest of my team did less damage than I did. So yeah, quite a game that was. Quite a game. Damn, Naval Frontier is this map? I thought it was going to be the other one with the ship in the middle. Anyways, enough losing. I think I win this one.
Let's get this show on the road.
It's one of the funnier comps when you don't have a single spotter on both teams. Just heavies and tank destroyers. There we go. 2 shots off and I pull back. No point exposing yourself or reloading. Thought about peeking out again around the spot, and if there are nobody that bites the lure, I'll probably change my spot. That's a shame. Kron wiggled that thing at exactly the right time.
Track hit. We've hit them hard. They're knocked out.
Easily 3.3k damage just with 2 clips, basically. Oh Jesus, I can't remember. I can't be sure if I won or lost. I think I lost this one as well. It's crazy. Yeah, I do have some crazy stats on this tank. I'm averaging about the highest on this tank. Like, at least the highest. It's in the highest average damage list of all my tanks, tier 10 tanks. But oh yeah, look at that fatty cheese shot. The issue is me believing I still have a partner. If only we were in a 2v4, this would be so much easier. But in a 1v4, when you have no armor, yeah, I'm trying to see if we can get rid of the trying to see if they can, like if they will step on a cap and I can get rid of the, I can get freed. That miss basically sealed my fate. That miss sealed my fate. If I didn't miss that shot and I got the other one near me, I could have flipped the tables and done maybe 5.5k, 6k damage. Squeezed out a win. Yeah, anyways, if I was saying some weird shit, just ignore me. Just falling asleep there. It's so damn hot. You know, it might not sound a lot to people in India who are going through literally 40 to 50 degrees Celsius outside. But we have like what, 27, 28 in Montreal. That's way too much for me, man. Like I can deal with the cold, I just can't deal with the heat. I'm just falling asleep. Anyways, there was that, right? And I will just show why I say it's weird stats, right? Weird stats because of this. I'm doing literally almost 3k damage average, and this is my win rate? You gotta be kidding me. To give a comparison, I'm averaging maybe 40 more damage per game in the Concept 1B than the 4005, and I've gotten Mark 3. I have 63 win rate, 63.05 win rate in this thing. When you compare to this, which only have this win rates for this amount of damage. This is the most average win rate to average damage for battle disparity I've seen. It's terrible. Wait, was it really that below the 4005 game? I'll put one more. All of these, I know they're wasting their credits on something absolutely useless. Issue isn't there. They can spend their credits wherever they want, but they don't even have tanks. They had literally every tier 10 tank in the game.
Let's go.
Do whatever the hell you want, but I know they don't. I don't even have every tier 10 tank in the game. I've just been grinding for the Kronwagen, and it's good. Like the grind is not bad at all. Like the ML1 and the ML2, they are decent tanks. They can do well, especially when you upgrade them fully. You get their equipments and all. You know, they're not terrible. I also can't remember if I won or lost this one, but I think there's a good chance I lost this one. See, gun elevation problems.
We finished him off.
Waiting for him to fire at my lawn.
Penetration.
Because the 268 HE does hurt, so I didn't want to take it. Good finish by the Braun. happens when you have auto loaders and auto reloaders on the same front line and you're not getting them out of there.
Enemy is hit. Gotcha.
See, easy clears. Oh, we probably won because I think that guy is AFK. The Kronwagen of the enemy team. I wanted to get behind a fire HE, I think. Yeah, holy, I max roll there. Yeah, see. Extremely high. Oh, that was 2 shots that did 2k damage. So yeah, you should definitely keep your eyes open for HE opportunities. You do not want to miss out on these. Another 750, even through small. Unfortunately, my second shot missed, but my team will pick them up. There we go. Easy 5k damage game. Didn't even do much, in my opinion. But there, you know, like all I did was go where I should go, which I don't think is a lot, right? But there are people who argue like, yeah, you only did this much damage because no one was aiming at you. You know, I have a friend. I'm gonna be honest. I have a friend who used to play this game. He played both the World of Tanks on PC as well as this World of Tanks Blitz game, you know, and he used to not be very good, at least not at the Blitz game, which I couldn't understand because like you are literally shown in the Blitz game if you can pen that armor or not, right? Whereas in PC you don't really know. You just have to take the shot and hope it does go through, or if you can't, well, you know, too bad for you. Or you act like a little nerd, right? And you remember every single tank specs and armor and all, right? Also very time consuming and not very good for students, you know, when you need your brain power to be remembering things for school, academics. Anyways, he used to be like the guy, you know, that would be yelling at me because my parents never bought me an iPad, and I got my phone at once when I was a month away from my 17th birthday, right? So I literally had no access to the internet for a long time. I was very envious of this friend of mine and other friends. There were other friends as well from church, you know, who bring their iPads there and they would play this game. And this friend of mine would almost like, I think he let me play once or twice, and then he was just like, nah, stop playing, because he didn't want me to drop his win rate, which was only like what 52%, you know, to be honest. And I don't think he had any tier 10 tanks. That was like a long time ago. I think that was like back in 2015, maybe 2016-ish. Yeah. And he would just be playing in tier 8. And I thought he was a good player until recently, maybe 2 years ago. We platooned, and I realized just how bad he was. Not only did he have no tanks, and you know, I prefer playing tier 10, which I think is better balanced. He can only play tier 8, so I was forced to play tier 8, and he had literally no options there. Like, the only things he had was like a premium tier 8 Yak Tiger, and maybe like a Tiger 2 or something, or an IS, whichever IS it is, that is tier 8. I don't remember. But yeah, I played with them until like my win rate was dropping. Like, I was at, I think, 55% win rate, and my win rate was dropping. I was like, nah, screw this. Like, dude, get out, you know. And even now, when I post these, you know, when I tell them how bad my teams are, the dude comes out and it's like, yeah, you're just getting fed kills. Yeah, I am. The issue is you need to go where the food drops from the sky, right? You still have to pick it up. There are people who, you know, like, if I'm to give it an example, remember that passage in the Bible where God is like, you just gotta wake up in the morning and pick up manna, right? But if you don't wake up in the morning, the manna is going to evaporate, and you get nothing, right? They didn't need a farm, they didn't need a hunt, okay? All they needed was eat mana, okay? Just had to wake up and pick it up, but they had to do it, right? If you didn't wake up and go pick it up, it's not falling into your lap. You understand what I mean? Like, these guys aren't AFK standing in a row with their asses to me, waiting for me to just HE them in the ass, right? I have to go pick up my kills. That's the issue. People are like, yeah, you're just getting fed. Yeah, you need to go where you can get fed. You need to go pick up the mana. You understand what I'm saying? You need to go and get those kills. You need to be in a position to farm damage and get the kills. I could have been playing this tank and been stupid and went into the valleys, dudes, whatever you want to call it, with all the mediums and lights, right? With no gun depression, with the fat turrets getting farmed by everyone. That's what some of the grills do, right? Grill 15s, they do that and they just go around. They do no damage. They're like, grill 15 is bad. Like, maybe you don't know how to fucking play the tank. So yeah, I don't think I did much, but to say those kills were free would be, I think, an overstatement. They weren't free. I had to go pick them up, okay? And if people are looking to improve, and you know, you might not be very young, you might not have great reaction times, you might not be playing on PC, and you aren't used to, you know, playing on mobile or whatever, the easiest thing you can do to improve your win rate and damage and overall performance is by going where you can get kills. It's to go where your tank performs the best. Or, you know, you know what the hell is going on. Everyone is going into heavy side. You should not be going into the other side, right? You should be going with your heavies. You know, or staying back and, you know, spotting up bushes to see if people are flanking, and as soon as they flank, you turn around and you run, right? That's what you should be doing. Not diving headfirst into the other side and just, you know, complaining that everyone is bad, which, you know, I'm gonna admit, sometimes I do. And sometimes I'm pissed because people can't read the lineup. It's like, we have only 2 heavy tanks. They have 1 heavy tank. And it's like obvious. We have a bunch of mediums and lights and maybe 1 or 2 tank destroyers. And it's obvious we're gonna go up into the hills and fight in the hills, and the stupid heavy tanks just go down. Then in that case, yes, I will shit on them. But yeah, usually you can decide where to go. Okay, as long as your team is splitting up or going one side together, and they're taking space, there are things you can do. You can maneuver around, you can flank, take pot shots to get kills fed to you. Okay, but you need to do something. You can't be AFK sitting at the same spots. The enemies will not AFK and sit there with their asses to you, waiting for you to HE them. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Anyways, enough about this. Yeah, enough about the 405. I'll probably record a couple fast tanks or the WZ1 through GFT later. For now, though, I'm gonna go grab dinner. Have a good day.